Shai, you guys have made strides as a team throughout the playoffs, even the days in between games. Do you feel that here over the last few days that you guys are continuing to get better as you head into this next challenge?
Yeah, absolutely. Every practice, every off day, every game day in itself is an opportunity to get better. I think this team's done a really good job of maximizing those days and using them to get better, and that's why we are where we are.
You, as a team, over the playoff run, have faced different kind of heads of the snake guys, from Morant to Jokic and Edwards. How do you view Halliburton maybe in comparison to some of those guys, and in the way that as a team you'll have to try to all five defend his playmaking, what he does?
Yeah, at the end of the day, every team has a few guys that are their best players, are their main engines, and get the ball rolling for them. And those guys have strengths, and those guys have things that they're, I guess you can say, less comfortable doing. And the better the guys are, the harder it is to do so. But if you want to win, you have to be able to make those guys play in the things that they're less comfortable doing. And that's what the task always is, no matter who it is. Like the guys you just named, all of those guys, you try to go out there and make them do the things that they're less comfortable doing, and it's no different for him.
You guys played them last in March. That's 2 months ago. Where do you think how they changed since then, since the last time you played them?
I don't think they changed much. I think they were a really good team back then. They were on a roll back then. And they're on a roll now. I think I saw something like since January, us and them have the best records in the NBA. And they've been playing good basketball, so I don't think much has changed. They're going to be a tough opponent regardless. They were tough in March, and they'll be tough come Thursday.
When the team, they've got some guards that can score. You guys a matchup like that. Do you approach it first from a defensive mindset first and foremost? They've got Halliburton, you got you, and Nembhard, some of the other guys coming off the bench. How do you approach a matchup like that from an offensive standpoint, defense first?
Defense first. It's always defense first. If we're able to buckle down defensively, we can take care of the offensive side, and it also allows us to play more in our strengths offensively. But defense is always where it starts. Defense helps you win games, no matter the environment, no matter the team, no matter the personnel. Like if you get stops, you give yourselves a chance. So it always starts there for us.
All right. So 2 parts here. Number one, what stands out to you about Indiana and how they push the tempo and why they're so good at it? And then the second part of it would be, how comfortable are you guys running? Because you guys are pretty good at running too. They're maybe a little better known for it, but you guys run just as well.
Yeah, they play fast. They're stubborn in the way they play. They play like that no matter the game, no matter the environment, no matter the round or stage. They play to their identity, and that's why they've been really good. They impose their will on the team. Now it's just about us being able to impose our will, and that's what it always comes down to. No matter if it's game 41 or it's game 91, like the team that wins is the team that imposes their will and has their imprint on the game more, and that's what it's going to come down to.
Shai, Mark was talking yesterday about kind of the importance of those 20-ish win seasons that you guys went through a few years ago in terms of laying the foundation for what you are today. Would you agree with that? And in what ways do you think those struggles help get you guys to where you are today?
Yeah, they're humbling. They also help you with, like Coach said, building foundation, but like building habits. Building the things kind of you don't really see every night, like things that don't really show up in the stat sheet. Like Coach has always been really good on like his standard of how we play and the things that matter, no matter who's on the team, no matter what our record is. And then naturally, as the team's gotten better talent-wise, we've had those things in place and have been able to take strides because of that. So yeah, those days were very, very important for sure.
Shai, I know when AC brought his 2020 ring to the locker room, it sort of started with him maybe like showing it off, and then it became like guys being curious about it. What do you remember being curious about in regards to the ring, his journey, and what, in terms of his message, has stuck with you to this point and is maybe resurfacing this week?
I don't remember much about it, to be honest, besides it being like a very nice ring. A lot of diamonds in it. It was cool. But yeah, AC's message has always been like, AC's been very good at understanding like playing for a bigger picture and playing for like what we're trying to achieve and not playing for the moment. Like not worrying about who we're playing on game 32. If we're up 15, but not playing to our standard, he's holding us to it. He's been really good with that all year, and I think that mentality has definitely helped us get here to this point.
And I don't know if you saw it, but the other night, Miles Turner, after they won, was just kind of like half jokingly saying that both of these teams are sort of, they're run off like the power of friendship. I just wonder if this is the closest team you've been part of, and how that maybe has translated to the growth and gotten you guys to this point.
Yeah, we've been as close as you can be as a basketball team. Guys are connected at the hip everywhere we go. We do everything together on and off the court. But above all, we all like prioritize winning and enjoy each other's company. And I think it's organic, so I don't think it's anything like forced. It's just who we are and the personnel on this basketball team. And even the guys that have come into the fold have been team first guys and guys that are easy to get along with. So I think it's just like organically happened that way. Something I don't take for granted. You never know how many times you get to play for a team like this, especially when basketball becomes a business and not just a kid running around. So yeah, it's special, and you try to cherish these moments no matter what's going on, wins or losses, or you try to just embrace the journey, embrace the opportunity.
Yeah, Shai, talking to AC and talking about you and not comparing, but talking about similarities between you and LeBron, you mentioned how the thing that y'all most have similar with each other is the habits that you guys create coming into the building every single day, and don't get too high, don't get too low, and no matter what, that you guys are doing things the right way. Where did that for you start in coming into the building, not getting too high, not getting too low, making sure you're coming in with the same habits every single day?
As a kid, I used to be very emotional. I used to be very high and very low, and I was all over the place, basketball-wise, because of it. And I learned just throughout my career and throughout life that like there's going to be ups and downs. There's going to be lefts and rights, and the more you can stay even-keeled, the more you can control what you can control and worry about what's next, is the better off you'll be, no matter what you're feeling in the moment. And then I just try to carry that out throughout my career, throughout my life, and it's worked for me so far.
How much of that do you try to impress on your teammates?
I don't really try to press that on them. I just like am who I am, and lead by example, and I guess the success and everything else allows them to, I guess, gravitate to it naturally and follow it. But I think that's the biggest thing with leadership. Like, I don't try to force it on anybody. I just am who I am and try to lead by example.
Kenny? You talked about the team that's able to impose their will, the team is most likely to be successful. How does a team do that, especially at this level?
You have to. It's gonna sound very like. It's gonna sound like not rocket science and not special, but like you just have to like impose your will more. Like you just have to. I don't know how to describe that. You just have to like. If they want to get to this spot, you have to beat them to the spot. If they want to cut back door, you have to make sure they don't cut back door. If they want to beat you to a screen, you have to beat them to the screen. Like, you just have to take them out of their comfort zone and play in your comfort zone. And they're going to try to do the same thing to you, but whoever does it more, whoever plays in their comfort zone more, usually comes out the successor.
Is that something that you learned through experience, especially going through the playoffs, or is that something innate?
Yeah, it's definitely something I learned through experience, just playing through these games, watching these games. My whole 7-year career so far, that's been the common denominator in winning teams and winning games.
You can go Joel for the last one.
So you said that sort of inflection point for you was when you learned how to channel your emotions and no longer be emotional. Who or what sort of helped you hone your emotions, so to say?
One of my coaches in high school. I used to be a kid that would get mad and throw the ball around the court over a pickup game or a dumb possession, like if I get fouled and it didn't get called or anything like that. And I just he just taught me that above all, he taught me that the older you get, the less you get away with things like that. And you're not like a kid anymore, and real life consequences come into play. And then he also just showed me that to be the guy that I want to be. I was the best player on the team at the time, but to be the guy that I want to be on a basketball team in the NBA, whatever it is, that I can't behave like that because it'll translate to the rest of my team. And as my team goes up and down, so will I, and so will the rest of the guys, and it'll be hard for us to sustain whatever it is we're trying to do. And that lesson just always stuck with me, and I guess I've taken it every step of the way.
And so, quick follow-up. Since you learned to filter out those emotions, where do they go now? Where does the anger go? Where does the sadness go? Where do they go?
I still have it. I still feel it. I just understand. I just understand not to let it show, and kind of weaponize it for myself. Showing that also gives your opponent a weapon as well. So the more that I can be, I guess you could say, even kill through whatever's going on, the less they know what I'm feeling and what I'm thinking, and ultimately gives me an advantage.
Thank you, Shai.
Welcome.
Coming in next.